Darren Williger, October 12th, 2015. Like myself, you might be asking, what the fuck should I make for dinner? And certainly I've got some phenomenal recipes coming up. What a blessing it's been continuing to go through this on process of rehabilitating my brain and body from some batched up botchery from some crap doctors and yucky things. Anyway, most of it seems somewhat paranormal, unreal. It's just been really weird. Past month, I've focused primarily on driving health from the physical body to improve the mind, and it's been astronomically effective. This began with a super high fever at the end of August, and that followed a whole bunch of other crap that doesn't make much sense and went very uncared for by docs, including a few other high fevers. So when the fever hits 110, I mean, anyone who's had a low body temperature, super low, close to 90, or a fever as high as 110, you could relate. The mind just is not processing everything properly. Yet, it seems so much clearer cognitively than previous months. Is weird. I mean, June, July, the only time I was, even for maybe a couple hours during the month, this kind of daily conscious was few and far between during fevers. And so I perpetuated the body heat the best I could. You know, struggling with this chronic 92-degree body temperature that would go up to 100 sometimes. It was just very disturbing, the experiences that would occur during that type of consciousness shift, and sometimes it'd be moment to moment. And there's still a lot of moment to moment goofiness I'm dealing with, and primarily through diet and through fitness. And I need to pick up the fitness side because looking back in the past 30 days, the more extreme side of fitness, you know, doing a basketball or doing boxing, something like that, or even bike riding, you know, anything running where just you pushing the body, moving around. You know, we're human beings, we're supposed to move around. And it's really been it's eye-opening. Vision is working phenomenally well. I wore glasses since I was 16. I don't seem to need them at all. And hearing's working well. At times, senses are still goofy, and taste and smell haven't been normal for years. And to be like, hey, seriously, they've been so distorted and weird. It's nice that my palate's been restoring. I'm excited to bring back some more carbs. I've been doing like a zero carb slash fasting, whatever it took to, you know, kind of get back to earth. And got a huge head of cabbage and a bunch of these crazy looking Guatemalan insane asylum hot peppers. And that's not all, folks. Brought back a giant cauliflower. It's homegrown, but not from my home. And oh my gosh, not pork ribs. I'm not really digging the pork these days. Anyway, I got beef ribs, and I am my special treat to myself of awesome yumminess. I got myself some wild salmon. I got a whole bunch of this Euro butter. I eat so much freaking butter. You ate your dinner, eat your pork and beans. I eat more butter than a man ever seen, yeah. Well, that was not the right chord at all. I have a Netflix subscription, and I really love this Chromecast I got running throughout the place, as I can play Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I finally have, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I have no clue. I am so not 100% connected to everything right now, but music's something that's continuing to also be just a phenomenally integrated part of life. As I mentioned, there's still some weirdness. Like, you know that feeling when you sit in your leg and it feels like it's gone to sleep? That feeling can exist in any part of my body at almost any time with little warning. And sometimes, most of the time, it's the arms and legs. But if it happens in the midsection, some cool stretches I've been learning and other things help, as well as singing, because it's something with the diaphragm. I have no clue. And over the past couple of years, I've certainly found some interesting voices. Like, you know what, I'm going to do some country music. And there's 10 dialects that show up. So I share this in silly ranting format to say I've just begun to tap into what is working. So, you know, with the whole silly theory of, hey, my elbow hurts, can I hear better? it's looking at, hey, so if things are fucked up at certain times and things are still shifting, what is it I could tap into? What is working well? What is it within my brain and body that's working that I can learn to do that I may have to discover how to do differently than ever before, and finding ways to move around physically. And music, even just listening to music, is something profound in ways that moves me almost kinetically. And sorry, did I almost spit a pepper on you? I apologize. What a take a pepper in my teeth. My teeth look weird sometimes. Anyway, so that's it. I'm going to focus on music and connecting with friends and sports and stuff like that. And most importantly, too, with my goals, I have just, as I mentioned, regained some things that I've been able to do my whole life, and some things I'm going to have to learn again. But I got a lot of paperwork to process. I'm going room by room to my home and renormalizing, re-Darrenizing the place, because it was more of a just response-driven, cuckoo, adrenaline, whatever the heck. Nothing was normal. And now, things are still pretty weird, but I'm still conscious every day. The weird part is, sleep has little to do with whether I feel awake or asleep. It's very bizarre. So, in the coming weeks, I may experiment with some polyphasic sleep things. You know, just go for a period of time and grab like a cat nap and just figure out what works for me. And it's going to take some work. My diet, for instance, it took about a month and a half for the whole keto thing to really start working effectively. You know, it took some trial and error. And certainly I got to the point I had to really just limit everything I'm putting in and measured everything for the past 6 weeks in granular detail. And if you go out to eat, you can't get the 100% like what spice was in here, blah blah blah. So I've been doing a lot of my own cooking now that I'm back in the zone, especially the past week. And as daunting as it is for things to be so fucking bizarre for so long, I am just continuously blessed and aware and grateful for these daily improvements that continue to happen. So I was talking with my dad earlier over the phone, and you know, there's still points where I could recognize I had a rough house. I don't remember the Alamo, and it's something I worry about in relationships because I went to the Alamo. There's photos of this, but there's no clicking in my memory unless I got some multi-phase. You know, what did I eat? What did it smell like? With the, you know, stuff like that. For me, that's how I remember things, and I don't think it's impacting the relationship because focusing on the present and focusing on, you know, future building and what's going on. I said, you know what? Let's stop this point of the conversation if I don't have something, because it could be kind of saddening for each of us. Instead, let's get together, you know, down the road here, not too very long, and catch up in person. You know, maybe some neurons will fly back. Most importantly, in the past month, is it's hard to compare, but in the past several months, I had to use different tricks with music and other ways to develop a phenomenal short-term memory capacity in ways that I hope to document and share. And I think there's some neat stuff to be learned about that. And as I continue to get better every day, I will see what is more accessible. I've not slept much at all, like a couple hours a night, so maybe when I get a full night's sleep consistently, more stuff that I'm eager to have working again will work, or maybe it won't. Yeah, I just gotta embrace life by the horns. So the point is, the past month, it's not been like effort to have, well, awesome memory of everything. And I was just talking to my neighbor outside, and I asked him, I said, you know, so you're still doing like a nightly, you know, Bible study? He said, how do you know about that? I said, because you mentioned it last time we spoke. You know, it just, people notice stuff. I guess other people don't commit as much to memory. I've seen a guy, you know, Dunkin' Donuts, hey, Raheem, how you been? You know, how's the, you know, girlfriend doing? And he said, do you actually remember my name? I said, why would I ask it if I didn't plan to? Anyway, that stuff to me is important. It doesn't matter if it's not important to others, but it's more little things that I'm noticing that are normalizing more. And I try not to get overwhelmed with, you know, how the fuck was it not working for so fucking long? And Well, am I going to make it to 10 minutes, or is it going to crash right at 9:53 or something? My gosh. Good to be here. Love you all. I'll be back playing some more songs soon. I'm going to go cook this delicious food because I'm kind of hungry. See you very soon. Bye.